So we're gonna go see if we can find my ship. I think I kind of know where it is. It should be just around here. And my game just crashed. Oh. Well then. Like, that's kind of... Like, I really do love that they're still working on this game, but it's kind of... Like, I feel like them adding all of this extra, like, major new functions to the graphics and stuff is kind of not the best for people that have been playing it long term and might not have brand spanking new PCs. Like, I really am gonna need, like... I'm not joking when I say I'm gonna need a new PC soon just to play this. What are you doing? Hi. Hi. Yes, you're a good kitty comment. Yes, you are. I'm supposed to be getting a phone call today at some point too, so if I suddenly mute, that is why. What? Okay, so do I have the... Okay, so I have the hermetic seal. I don't have the... Do I not have the metal plating? Let that keep going. I'm just gonna make a few just to make sure we have enough. I think I only needed one, but... And then I fucked up and I accidentally reset my ship. But it should be just around here. I think it was up there. If not, I can hopefully see it from up there. Like, I know there was a waypoint, which is why I'm kind of surprised I can't see that when I scan. I don't remember coming up here, I don't think, though. I have no idea where the ship went. I might have to go repair the other one. Okay, well, let's go repair the other one then. I'll go up here just in case I was wrong and it's up here, but I don't think it was. My guess is that because I... claimed the other ship, it, like, zipped into storage somewhere or something. It's gonna be my guess. Alright. At least I seem to pick the right ship for being able to, with the right vehicle for potentially being able to climb the mountains. I don't know if all of them can or not, but this one at least can. so I got another milestone. I'm gonna salvage this one though, and then hopefully we'll get our other ship back. So I'm gonna go make sure that we build another hermetic seal. Hopefully this is not a mistake. What? What? I do think it would be kind of cool though. Oh, it's red. Is it red? If you could use this whole can only craft at a base as a okay, no, so this is completely gone. That's beautiful. So my other ship might be gone forever. Okay then, hopefully maybe the base thing you will have it. But no, I think that would actually be a really, really cool difficulty setting for, like, especially if you're playing on hardcore. Hey, Mix King. Oh, they already did it, Mix King. It just came out. I don't know if it just came out yesterday, but it was in the patch for this expedition. Unfortunately, there's no way I can get a PSVR 2 anytime soon. I'm not even sure if I would want to. Like, I love the way it sounds that it works, but I could never play tethered. I could never play tethered. How are you doing? I semi messed up and I claimed a new ship. So now my ship that's not all broken is like MIA. I couldn't find it again. But yeah, no, the VR update was with the patch that did this for this expedition. It's not the length of the cord. I actually move when I move. So I actually like turn to turn. I don't use thumbsticks. So I would literally tie myself up if I played tethered. And like I step when I walk and all of that. So like if you need an example, you can check YouTube for some of my old VR VODs. You'd be looking for Skyrim VR or Green Hell were the two that I was really doing in VR. Like that would give you the best example as to why I cannot play tethered. Oh no, Mixed King. So me and Mux are severely disappointed we didn't stream my first ever attempt at VR. Because the headset is his, right? And he wanted me to like experience it first. So we threw me in Pavlov. Because I also do all my VR game streaming from his computer too, just because he's got a way better computer than I do. Eventually, I hope to get my own headset, but that's gonna be a bit. Just because my funds right now are pretty much whatever I can make through these side gigs. Anyways, he threw me in Pavlov and just threw me into the tutorial. And I got to the grenade tutorial. And in case you can't picture what happened, I pull the pin out of the grenade, go to throw it, and instead of throwing it, drop it at my feet. And I look down and I see a grenade at my feet. And my first thought is, oh shit, run. Which I did. Literally. Ran into his desk, nearly knocked over his TV that he used as his second monitor. And then fell to the ground. He's thinking like I've seriously injured myself. You know, I was laughing my ass off. Because I literally nearly dove through his TV. So. That. At least you could say you have good survival instincts. Yeah. So yeah, I want to get back to VR streams again. But we need to find... Okay, so first off, I need a point where I'm not tired as all fucking hell. Second, it's something that I will only be able to do when Mux is around. Just because... in case you haven't heard the news, I'm pregnant. So I need somebody there to, like, literally make sure I don't injure myself. Because it's not just me. But yeah. But yeah, I do miss playing VR, though. I've done some of this in VR, too, which is actually really nice. But again, I have to play from his computer for VR, because mine only has, an RX 570. Whereas he's got a... I don't remember if he's got a... I think he has a 3070. So... Our plan... It'll probably be best to wait until after the baby's out. Falling over still isn't fun, but there's less consequences. That's kind of what we're thinking, but at the same time, too, because of how active I am when I do play VR, And I've gotten a lot more better at it. Like, I have not had an incident like the grenade incident since the grenade incident. The biggest concern right now is that I'm going to accidentally smash his controller on something. But that would be his controller, and then I'd have to buy him a new controller. Uh, but yeah, no, yeah, eventually we want to try and get me one of the new AMD cards. Like like, I mean, I think a 7900 XT would be pretty fun, but that, we might have to go a tier or two down from that. But no, I haven't fallen over since then. But yeah, we're you want a 4090, but considering the price of that card, your wallet says no. I've always gone with AMD when I can. I know that the NVIDIA cards can be better for, like, some of the blender rendering and stuff, but apparently the newer AMD cards are capable of some of the GPU rendering as well, so it should be fine. Which I'm hoping to do some Blender stuff and maybe Unity, maybe make some Unity assets to pop on the store or something like that for some additional money. Once I finish through my tutorials. But one other reason why we want to go with AMD is because even their flagship card, like, doesn't even quite reach $1,000. So they are significantly cheaper. Even if they don't currently have the same, like, ray tracing technology and stuff, like, it would have to be done by the game, but one big reason why I really need to try and upgrade on my PC, and that would be, so the big things that we really need, it's only two things, is I want more RAM. I want more RAM, because I'm only at 16 gigs right now. So I'd like to get that to 32. Just because games are starting to approach that level where that's what they need. And then my video card, like I said, I'm on an RX 570. Well, so that's already a little older. It was still, I don't want to say quite badass, but relatively decent. Until I upgraded myself to a 4K monitor. So, and I can actually tell the difference between, like, FSR and DLSS and native. Like, I can really tell the difference. Some games, so. FSR 2 is a lot better than FSR 1 was, though. But I can usually still tell the difference. So I would love to be able to actually game in native 4K. NVIDIA is always slightly ahead, but lately AMD has been catching up. I was gonna say, Mux is upstairs being a fucking lazy ass, even though I'm the one that doesn't sleep, because I've got apparently a banana-sized person inside of me that likes to do frickin' somersaults and karate kicks all day. But, and all night. But he would, like, he is staying, like, really on top of that for us so that we know what to try and get me and stuff. And I know that, because FSR is, FSR 2.0 is actually pretty damn good. Even I can barely tell the difference in some games with it, which is impressive, because usually if you give me a side-by-side of an upscaled and a native, I'm like, that's native, that's native, that's native, upscaled, upscaled, native. It was funny because when they were doing the when Cyberpunk was kind of doing its, you know, like, and look at how amazing this looks at 4K because we upscale it using DLSS. They're like, look, here's like A, B, C, and D, and it was like, I can't remember what they were, but like one was native 4K, one was native 1080, one was upscaled 1080 to 4K, and then I can't remember what the fourth one was. And before they even said what it was, I was like, that's that one, that's that one, that's that one, and that's that one. And I got it right every single time. So the big thing for me is just that, like, I always like to go price for performance, and AMD is usually way better in that sense. Because it's like, would I like to have RTX? Absolutely. Is it worth like the extra several $100s that I would probably have to pay for a top of the line Nvidia card versus a top of the line AMD card? What doesn't make sense to you is the people who say they can't see the difference between 1080 and 4K. Well, see, like, I know that Mux, for example, like, his vision isn't the best. Me though, I can really tell. Like, even upscale, so whether it's DLSS or FSR2, depending on the game, I can usually tell. And it's usually, sometimes it's actually blurry enough that I have to actually go back down and play either in minimum settings at 4K or actually 1080 simply upscaled by the graphics card. Like, you know, like just basic upscaled, not like actually trying to fill in the pixels. I don't know how they actually do it, but it's like when you try to put a resolution that's too small on a monitor. Because that's sometimes better because the blurriness can actually make me really sick. So the upscaled stuff, like, I can't always use it. Like, I couldn't use it on in No Man's Sky until they got FSR2. FSR2 is a lot better though. When you had the PS4, you had a 27-inch 1080p TV. Then when you ordered your PS5, you got a 55-inch 4K TV. It's a huge difference. Well, see, in that case though, too, you'll actually be able to, like, because it's bigger, you can actually see that there's more pixels. Because, like, I was actually talking to kind of Mux about this, and I genuinely wonder at what size of screen you can tell the difference between the resolution. Because if the average person is only using, like, a 20 to 30-inch monitor, you know, there's going to be a point where it doesn't matter what resolution that monitor is. And we might not even be at that point, but there will eventually come a point where you literally cannot tell the difference between the resolutions. Just because your eyes can't see the difference. I was, before my main gaming monitor was a 1080p 55-inch TV that I was sitting maybe 5 to 6 feet away from. And now I have a 4K, I think we went with 37-inch Samsung monitor that is, like, close enough that I can, like, touch it. But I can definitely tell the difference between 4K and 1080. You wonder if you could tell the difference between 4K and 8K because you've never seen an 8K panel in person. Again, see, I think a part of that would depend on the size of the screen, too. And how far away you were from it. I feel like that's something that a lot of people don't take into consideration, necessarily. I want to try and find a frickin' nav data so that I can try and summon that other ship of mine. Because this one be broken. No, because that's just gonna call that ship. God damn it, I done fucked up. I have a broken ass ship now. Alright. The largest 8K TV you can get from Best Buy is 98 inches, and it's 100 grand Canadian. Jeez. From a financial standpoint, that's awful, but from a technical standpoint, it's a pretty big screen. What do I need for that? Chromatic metal and sodium nitrate. I think I'm gonna go back. Oh, wait, if I go try flying over, I might be able to find the other ship. 100% have to be a wall-mounted TV. I mean, you'd probably have to have that not only be a wall-mounted TV, but something in, like, like, that would be something where you would need a massive room for it. I got rid of my TV when I moved. I kind of miss it, but with it being only 1080, and it was like an old operating system and stuff too, I feel like it's probably... If I had waited any longer, I probably wouldn't have been able to get anything for it, and I was able to get a little bit for it, so... At least there's that, I guess. Because that's where my base was. And I went over here. I swear it was up here. Maybe it was on this one? Yeah, I'm guessing that it went, like, into limbo because... Alright. Well, let's go back to my base, just so we can try to get these fucking shields fixed so that we don't have to worry about it anymore. We live in interesting times because you believe we will be alive when gaming computers can no longer advance any further. I mean, it depends on what kind of technology they keep coming up with. Me and Mux watched a video, a little while ago about some, it was like a, it was essentially a solid state passive cooler that used, vibration to create a vacuum in order to, like, suck air at a huge rate. The idea being that they could be, like, stacked and stuff. So, if there's tech like that that becomes usable for computers, then, I mean, that could change everything. He just got back now, so he can come and join the nerd conversation. I mean, like, I hope you get the chat log because it's been, like, a lot of talk about, like, cards and tech and shit. But yeah. Whee! Oh shit! Don't fall off the mount. Okay. Or in other words, they may continue to advance, but the advancements will stop being significant. Well, yeah, that's kind of what I was talking about, MX King, is that once resolution... But, I mean, I think the big thing with computers is that, like, there are still new things coming up, like, especially as, like, some of the AI tech gets adapted for gaming. So I know that's the big thing, like, that's the big thing for, like, the ray tracing and the DLSS and stuff. Do I have anything in here? No. I need to get chromatic metal is what we need. So we are going to go on the hunt for some chromatic metal and sodium, I think. There's copper right there, too. They hit a bottleneck, so to speak, and then got replaced eventually with something else. Yeah. Whee! The only thing you can think of that would replace TVs permanently is eye augmentation. The funny thing with that is that, like, there were actually some companies, I mean, I think they were using more, like, glasses technology, but that were kind of, at least going in that direction, but it seems like, are any of them even still going? Or did they all give up on that? I know Google gave up on theirs. Air contact lenses. The big thing, though, is that even with that, eventually you're going to get a resolution that is more or less the maximum the eye can see. Always be like Batman forever and a beam team is directly to your brain. There we go. Could you imagine that generation? Quiet Mom and playing Call of Duty in my brain. This was a ship that way? I still think the ship disappeared because I picked a different one. Okay. Where did it go? I was like, I swear there was sodium like right here. The cool thing with the adjustable difficulty is that, if I end up getting an expedition save that I actually really like, I can now actually change the difficulty to something more fun. There's a huge field of oxygen right here. I want it. At that point, we probably have it tap into all the senses, too. I mean, people are already kind of working on that, so... With VR. I don't like how big that is now. And I can't change it. I don't know if it's glitched because of the new accessibilities that lets you do increased font size. But I really hope I can change that at some point. Okay, I have enough of that anyways. So we're gonna go... back up. We can now fix our shield, and then at least that's that. Maybe it was over here. I'm gonna go see if it was over here before we waste these materials. Because it might have actually been over here. Now that I think about it. Could be a step in an odd direction instead of a holodeck. I don't know what I just lost shield to, but I did. I guess is that the ship is just like poof because I got a new one, so it went into like the abyss of storage. I'll check over this ridge and then I'll just go back. Yeah. Oh wait, unless it was up there. It could be up there. I'm gonna check up here really quick. Wonder if we'll reach Ready Player level 1 level of VR in our lifetime. The big thing with VR technology and whether and how far it's going to progress is whether it takes off more on a consumer level. Like, me and Mux have talked about this, and the big issue is all of these companies trying to make it a frickin' like business thing. It's like nobody wants to use VR to go to work. Like, this is actually something that me and Mux have talked about a lot. Like, the companies that are trying to push it... Oh, no, this is the hill we checked already. Need to realize that the real... place for VR is gaming. And maybe some productivity stuff and stuff like that. Like, I do think it would be pretty damn cool to do Blender in VR. Because it would be, like, actually sculpting. And you could actually, like, walk around things. But the other one, and we're actually seeing things go backwards from this, is whether it's going to be accessible to people. Like, a lot of VR is getting really expensive. So if nobody can use, like, if nobody can afford it, if the masses can't afford it, not even necessarily if the masses can't afford it, like, if enough people can't afford it, and especially if crossplay with VR doesn't become more common, games aren't going to be as likely to develop for it because it's not going to be as profitable as selling just a regular PC version. And if no games want to develop for it, there'll be a lower demand just from the people that could have it, which means that companies won't invest as much into it, and then it'll just kind of poof. But, like, that's something me and Max have talked about a lot. Like, the funny thing is, okay, I don't really care, but apparently Meta has actually stepped back from announcing that it's, like, really pushing the metaverse. And it's, like, stopped mentioning it at all, for the most part. From what I recall, anyways. I read that somewhere. So it's, like, the company that completely changed the name of their business has said this isn't going to be profitable enough. So, at the, like, with the way it is. So that's kind of a moment. It said that Facebook was on the right track with the Quest headsets until they released the Quest Pro. I don't mind them having a Pro version, but if the whole point was that they were offering the affordable version for people, then, you know, it's like, why not just keep a budget version and your pro version for the big people? I believe Facebook will go bankrupt. Well, have you guys heard that, like, completely different. I also saw an article about how Facebook and, oh, who was it? Somebody else, another big social media thing, is probably going to go the same route as Twitter and start offering paid premium shit. So that, I mean, that's going to be, I don't know. I do a little bit of Twitter now, but I haven't really been on Twitter for like the longest time. So everybody said that about Twitter Blue though, and apparently it's actually like I see the freaking blue check marks everywhere now. Not like everywhere, but I mean, I don't know. I just think that I want to say companies should stop being greedy. It's not even that they should stop being greedy. It's that I think a lot of places are getting to that point where they're trying to min-max um too much the like their profits versus keeping all of their people, you know? You know, the whole idea of, okay, we can afford to lose 10% of our user base if, even though that's going to be mean um less like ad revenue, whatever, if 5% of people pay for this new service. So sure, let's do that. Wood drop. I know. I think I only need one more for today's drops. And it's an A-class solar for watching for 3 hours. So. Probably do this again tomorrow, too, for people to get some other drops, too. The thing about the audiences for both, most people don't use Facebook anymore. The demographic is mostly middle-aged and elderly adults. If it was implemented on Instagram, it might succeed because it's more young people. Yeah, but if you think about it, who are the ones that have the money to pay monthly? It's not the the kids that want their money for video games and shit. I bet if you were to look at the demographics for the people who bought Twitter Blue, it's not the young kids. Can I like fix any of these? Not really. That's nice. Okay. Let's go to the next space then. But yeah, no, like, I don't know. Demographic who bought Twitter Blue are the idiots, let's be honest. I mean, I thought I saw a blue thing, but nope. The whole idea of being able to buy the check mark is, eh. There's several reasons why I haven't been on Twitter in a while, so. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome, welcome. I don't know, I just feel like a lot of the social places are just going into a place that is iffy to me these days. Like, if I wasn't so into the streaming, like, I could totally see myself just vanishing from social media entirely. I'm not gonna lie. Twitter's been a dumpster fire for a long time. The main function of it now is to cancel people or argue with people. And that's kind of the big thing, is I really don't like confrontation. So... If anything I don't need that I can sell. I can sell this. So it's like, yeah, I really don't like when that stuff. It's like even Twitch sometimes has its issues in that route. It's like the whole idea that I have to be careful potentially of what games I play on release is annoying that it's a thing. I'm assuming this is where it wants me to go. Yep. Like, just let me enjoy my games, damn it. Even when you play a game that isn't a problem, so to speak, you still get people coming in telling you why it should be a bad game. Or how you're playing it wrong. That's like... Go away. Let me have fun. You love the idea of playing a game wrong. I mean... Y'all know me. Mux, I told the grenade story earlier. Oh no, yeah. That was so awful. I think it was fun, but, you know, that's me. The reason you say didn't know that is because people that get mad about stuff, they don't want a solution, they just want to be mad. Oh no, and I mean, you can probably guess the game that I'm alluding to. I'm still gonna do it on stream eventually anyways, but by the time I've cleared my queue enough and have the money to buy it, a lot of the hate rate and hate lists will be gone anyways, so. Right now, my queue is big enough. Yes, that is the one. That is the one. And it's like, if I was still doing this as like a side thing, it wouldn't be as big of a deal, but now that quite literally my only income is my side gigs, that said, my queue is big enough. So, like, not only are we working on this, the 2 story games we have going on right now are Forspoken and Yakuza Like a Dragon. And then behind me, I've got the list. I don't, you probably can't read it, but after that, we're gonna have Elden Ring and Outer Worlds. Then Final Fantasy III Pixel Remaster, and a game called Enchanted Arms back on the Xbox 360. And then when those are done, we've got Immortals Phoenix Rising and then Kingdoms of Amalur. And that's hoping that I get all of those done before July. Because we're going to be on chill games for probably at least a couple months once July hits. So. What's my next thing? Utopia Foundation. You can tell the agenda of those people was not for anything good because after the boycott failed, those same people were posting spoilers for the games. They just wanted to ruin it, not actually help a cause. Well, and the whole thing is, it's a game. Where am I even supposed to go? Oh, it's in my inventory. There we go. I mean, I've always been a person where I just do what we want. We are, like, overly tolerant here. Everything here is just kind of about acceptance of who people are. Doesn't matter what that is. Just, you know, chill and let people be themselves. What somebody else is does not affect you in the slightest. So, apparently Warner Brothers plan to make more games like that because they revealed the sales numbers and it was 12 million copies in 2 weeks. Not overly surprised. Oh shit. I'm gonna crash into shit. Well, and I even thought of simple solutions too. I don't know if they were done, but it's like, I don't know. Play the games you want. Fuck what anybody else says. Wait! I didn't crash! The fuck? Thought I was gonna crash out there. Once I land, I will be right back, though. I need to stretch my legs a little bit. That's your favorite philosophy. Yeah, just play what you want and how you want. Screw anybody else. It's like, I love when people come in and try to backseat and say, like, how I should play a game. And it's like, you want to see the game played that way? You play it. You want to see me dick around and do something probably ridiculous? Then... welcome! Whoops. But yeah, no, I don't know. I just feel like... I don't know. I've always been that kind of person, though. Ever since probably, like, grade 4 or 5, I've been the kind of person where it's just like, I'm gonna do me. If y'all don't like it, then that's fine. I don't need friends. My philosophy has always been just be the person you want to be, and the people that are going to respect and like that will find you. And that comes when it comes to anything, be it gaming, life, whatever. Produces a crab apple. God, I don't know what a fuck's an apple. Didn't realize you weren't following. Bad kid. No worries, no worries. Welcome. You hope I'm well. I am good. I'm gonna go take a leg stretch soon, because it helps. Apparently this is my assigned construction area. It is right by the ship, apparently. Ooh, an A-class. I could take the ship. I'm gonna do it, but first things first. Oops. You played Atomic Heart, which was another game people were having issues with because it's made by Russian devs. And they said they were glorifying the USSR. Can confirm they didn't. Well, and that's the big thing, too, is like, especially when it comes to, I don't know. Some of that stuff is just like, not everybody agrees with the people that they live under. Fuck, were none of these people ever teenagers? Like, you know. Because glorifying the USSR made no sense to you. You love the Wizard game, you have nearly 50 hours in it. But people who are going to hate it will always hate it. Oh, I don't have enough stuff. Okay. I need more copper. There we go. Okay. I'm gonna go to that, but first, guys, I'm gonna be right back. Hold tight. I need to go get a snack, too. I haven't eaten anything in, like, a few hours, and I'm feeling hungry. It's sad that has to be said. It's... Yeah. I mean, there's just so many things about stuff today that are just... I feel... I don't even know how to phrase it, especially in a way to stay on Twitch, but it's just... Life isn't as complicated or as hateful, I think, as a lot of people think that it is. I'm not saying that it doesn't exist out there in the universe, but it's not as prevalent, I think, as a lot of people seem to think. Just because there isn't an understanding of things doesn't mean that people are actively out to, you know, ruin things for people. Anyways, I will be right back. Hold tight. I will return.